Hi there, Eagle Engineers. Today I'm going to show you how you can use some simple things from around the house to create a garage for all of your toy cars. Girls, don't be disheartened. If you don't have toy cars, you can use this same idea to create a two-story house for your Barbie dolls, or maybe even a slide for your stuffed animals. You'll see all the directions in the next packet that's to come your way, but in the meantime, there's a video to give you some ideas as well. So I'm going to start off with my materials. I have all of them gathered here. What I have is a cardboard box. I actually have two different ones. I have a tube that used to be a wrapping paper tube. You could use a paper towel tube, toilet paper roll tubes, anything like that would do. I also have a ruler, a pair of scissors, use with caution, a pencil, some tape, and a marker. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, there are a lot of different ways you can do this project. And when I first took my box, I thought to myself, well, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to take all the sides apart. But as soon as I opened the front flap, I realized that the construction of this box might just help me out. You see, it's already hollow inside. When I took the top off, it looked like this. And it's true, I could separate all the different pieces and put them together, but I decided that there was already a great base here. All I had to do was glue or tape my top back on. The only problem I saw with this was it was a little bit dark inside. So I decided maybe I could take a little bit of the top off of the top floor of my garage. So I simply bent it back, used a ruler to score a straight line across the top, and then used my scissors to cut. Cutting just that little bit of cardboard off the front allowed a lot of light to go into the second floor of my garage. Now, so I don't have to quit fiddling around with this, I'm going to glue or tape the top to the supports. Now, if your box is not constructed like this and you don't have these supports, that's where the tubing comes into place. You're simply going to take your tube, cut it to the desired height. I would say 4 or 5 inches. If you have toilet paper tubes, they're probably already the right height. You'll need 4 of them. And again, if your box didn't have these side supports, you would simply use a tube instead. Actually, if I decide to make my garage that way, I have a lot of open space and light on the bottom. And at the same time, I have extra space for my cars outside. Maybe I will do it that way. Let me adjust the camera so you can see what's happening here. Open this up, and I'm going to put my supports in. So it's going to be important for my supports to be the same height. So I'm just going to use a pencil to mark off where I should cut. Cut right through that tube. And perhaps the trickiest part will be taping that together. I personally like to use hot glue, but for you guys, I would only do that if an adult was there to lend a hand. I have burnt myself more than once on those hot glue guns. Sometimes it's nice to have a second set of hands as well. But that certainly gives you the idea. Now I'm going to use this second piece of cardboard, or the cardboard that I cut off from the top, to make my ramp. I don't think I need a ramp quite this long, but I'm not sure how long I'll need it. Let's see. If I want it to end here and I cut there, that's going to be a pretty steep incline for my cars. So in order to make the incline less steep, I would have to make the ramp a little longer. So let's see what happens if I add a couple inches. Oh yeah, that looks a little bit better. And again, I'm going to use my tape to attach my ramp. I can attach it over here. I could even attach it over here. Totally up to you. Be creative. So now I have a ramp for my cars to easily go up and down my parking garage. Now, if you want to be really creative, the next thing that you're going to do is use your ruler, and you're going to measure off your parking spaces. So it looks like my top here is about 7 3/4 inches. I'm going to make my parking spaces about 1.5 inches long. So I'm going to mark it off with my marker. Of course, you don't have to be quite this exact, but Mrs. Craig gets a little nutty when it comes to this stuff. I like things to be nice and neat. So just move the camera here. Hopefully you can see those marks I made with my marker. So I'm going to make a straight line across and then use those marks to make each individual space. It's kind of a fun project and useful too. Now I did take it one step further just because I couldn't help myself, and I decided to create a spiral to get my cars from the top to the bottom. So how did I do that? Well, I did need my toilet paper roll, or in this case, a paper towel roll would be probably a little bit better, and a paper plate. The first thing that you want to do in the center of your paper plate is you want to trace around your paper towel tubing. Okay? Because your paper plate is going to have to go over the paper towel tube. Then I simply took my scissors, cut into the center, and cut around that hole. Now it easily slips over the paper towel tubing. Now to make my ramp, I'm going to take one side of the paper plate and tape it to the top of the tube. Then I'm simply going to kind of push on my paper plate so that it's down the tube a little bit. And what I might want to do is attach another paper plate. So that it ends up looking something like this. And as you can see, my cars could just swing right down that ramp. So today we had a garage with an inclined plane or a screw to get from top to bottom. Don't forget, inclined planes can be used as sliding boards. Inclined planes can be used to make steps. Screws, like this one, can be used for cars to get from one level to another. They can be used for marble races or anything else you want to see spiral down that screw. Good luck, engineers. Don't forget to send me pictures of the amazing things you've created.